This is an insight to save the world for anyone that wants to be interested in getting it. It is $40. Um, so pretty much your quest page is gonna look like this, and as you notice to the right, it shows you that I have the quest completed, of course, and pretty much it kind of tells you what you have to do, the idea of it, the base idea, the general idea, and you pretty much kind of go step by step. Dungeons, like I said, this is another thing. So, but we're about to hit the map, but pretty much you can go, like, there's a lot of quest pages and stuff to go through. Yeah, I'm not going to get into it that much, but there's pretty much a lot of quest pages due to the storyline of it. So, of course, the further you go into the game, the more quest pages there are for every area, which you're about to see all the areas in the next, in the next slot over. So let's get over to that. You have Stonewood, then you have Plankerton, you have Canny Valley, and then you have Twine Peaks. Now, of course, I didn't work all the way to Twine Peaks yet. Not the point of this video, though. You have dungeons, kind of little things that you can pretty much do in here. Now, if you do it on private, you can do a higher level. Like, if you do, like, I don't think many people will tell you this, but if you set your matchmaking to private, you can bring anyone to your level. So let's say I want to pull one of my friends to, like, let's see, if I want to pull one of them to Canny, I can do that. I would have to make the matchmaking private, so then they can come in with me if they're like anything below the requirements to actually go in to that level. So, yeah, then you have different types. You have various types of missions, encampments. Basically, you pretty much have to go up to these like little purple huts that they kind of look like tombs, but vertically on the ground. They're pretty noticeable. It kind of, if you look in the air, they show you like a beacon of purple light. So, deliver the bomb. You have a point A to point B. You have to deliver the bomb in the beginning. You have to protect it for it to get there, and then you have to protect the launcher of the bomb, and it has to destroy the rift. Now, if you go by the rift will take away your energy / stamina for all that. Running doesn't take stamina anymore. But double jumping, I know double jumping for ninjas, I think that still takes stamina. I used to be a ninja main. I'm pretty sure it still does. But pretty much almost everything else you kind of do takes stamina. Of course, out of the casual building and everything else. Fight the storm, pretty much you have to protect an atlas. Now, if you notice, at the bottom left of right here, you have a category 3 one. Now this means you have to protect 3 atlases from getting destroyed. So, well, likewise, you're just defending the area. Now this one, it's pretty simple as it seems. You kind of get to learn a little bit more about edits though, because this one, well, do pardon my voice, it is early in the morning. For building the radar grid, you pretty much have to use a specific type of mats, but pretty much you should be able to find brick, wood, and metal inside the ground. So if you have to use metal to build that radar grid, you have to find metal and you have to have it, and you have to edit to a certain way too. So if you guys want me to do anything for editing, kind of show like a little practicality on it, I won't mind doing that. Alright, let's get to repair the shelter. Now what you need to do is, for this one, you need to collect, like, I think, let's see. Yeah, this one you have to collect, like, cylindrical items. Jeez. Sorry. and they're like power for the shelter, but then also you have to defend it too. So it's definitely not the easiest thing. Likewise, you might want to have a team for most of these things. Of course, I'm showing pretty much everything that I do at Canny Valley level, but some of the basics here, like the One Storm Atlas, pretty much those type of things you can kind of do on your own if you pretty much just keep on top of all the zombies coming your way and you keep pretty much hitting your shots. Now resupply, I don't think I've done a resupply, but I guess you kind of just have to find a box and like capture it or whatever. Now evacuate the shelter. You have to protect the shelter every often in perso rotations. So pretty much you have to find the shelter, and when you find the shelter, you have to build up defenses for the shelter. Like you have to. So that one is pretty difficult, and that's why it says 4 players suggested. Now if I really wanted to, and if I wanted to really go that far, I could do it. Don't get me wrong, it is very much possible to do it on your own. It's just not easy. Even I wouldn't want to waste that much resources on one mission, because the thing is, you can do it on your own, but you're wasting all of your own resources. If you have 3 other people with you, all 3 of you are collaboratingly using your resources to get the mission done. Let's see. There, bro. Let's see. For this one, you'd have to protect the van. You have to make sure to find blue glow too. Now I'm not going to exactly get into blue glow yet, but pretty much blue glow, you need to activate the missions sometimes, depending on what you're going for. But for this one, you actually need blue glow you need to find it, collect it, and put it into the van. And then you have to protect the van, like the entirety of it. Now you'll notice that during this game, when you try to protect areas, there's building limitations. Like sometimes you'll have to build like a block out more than you think you should. Yeah, you have to do it. There's no exception to it. There's no ways around it either. Pretty much eliminate and collect, pretty much as it sounds. Gotta just kill and get the job done. Now I want to explain these real quick. I don't know if you can kind of see some of these type of purple storms that are over the selected areas I've been rotating through. That means they give a bonus, and there's buffs and like there's buffs and debuffs. It's not a nerf, it's just a buff and debuff for that mission. So let's see if I go over here. Well, kind of the epic mini boss. Okay, it's not a lot on its own, but it'll come up as a purple health bar, I think at the top left of your screen. And depending on what color, like depending on what elemental type it is, you're gonna want to use that type against it. And then for this one, notice you have slowing pools, metal corrosion, quicken. So quicken means pretty much anything in red is bad for you, everything in blue is great for you. But usually they only have one blue thing. They don't usually have more than one. Now, the more negative the more debuffs you have, the higher the loot is at the end of the mission, of course. So the harder the missions you do, the better the loot is. Not always guaranteed, but it's the gist of it. Now here we go. Refuel home base. You pretty much have to get blue glow, and you have to get into machine, and you have to defend that machine, and I think you have to do like 3 times of that. And the rotation, the longer. Now for this one, I'm going to briefly explain it real quickly, because it's pretty simple. You put blue glow into the machine, and you defend it for the first rotation, the first wave. Now the more waves you do, the harder it gets. But the thing is, the more waves you do, because between every single one of these waves, you can either take out the blue glow, and you can it'll complete the mission for you, and it'll help you complete the mission. but it's a little bit slower because the thing is though, you'd have to do more of the blue glow siphons, and depending on how you want to do it, you can do it that way because it's easier, slower and easier. But if you want to do it the other way, it's also faster and harder because then the more waves you fend off, if you complete all the waves, you get like a bunch of glue, like a bunch of blue glow out of it, and it'll be quicker to complete the mission if you just do 2 full waves. Like 2 blue glow siphons and you go full waves with all of them. Now, it doesn't mean it's not possible to only do 1 wave for every blue glow siphon and you can complete the mission. That is also a way to do it, but it's also more tedious. I'm going to show Stonewood quick for you guys. This is pretty much Stonewood. Now, with L2 and R2, you can kind of zoom in and out of the map. It tells you at the bottom. I don't know if anyone looked at that. Just saying that for everyone. Now, on most of the maps, you'll have play with others. So pretty much you kind of just help anyone with any mission in that area. So that means if I clicked on this, I'd be able to help anyone in Stonewood. Usually they give you a storm shield defense to help someone out, and it usually is starters. That's because most people kind of figure out what the settings like. Oh well, I just want to do it by myself. Okay, it's just a choice. Because pretty much it's guaranteed that when you complete a storm shield defense, you'll get mini llamas, which I'll get more into that when we get to the llama shop. Mini llamas are red. It's clarifying. Weather balloons. Retrieve the data. Or data, however you want to put it. Pretty much there's a certain area that you cannot build around this balloon until that balloon lands, and then you can build around the balloon directly. Likewise. Easy yet difficult. It depends on how tedious and how methodical you are going to be with the missions. Defending missions, usually, you pretty much just have to hold it out. Not that much of a problem if you pretty much get the right idea and the right concept. So. Now, I'm guaranteeing you, you do not want to do this one on your own. You can do it on your own, yes, but it'll waste so much time and so much resources. I don't see it. I don't see the profit in doing that. Even if you like to play on your own, I'd highly recommend to jump in with a full squad on this, because it will make it so much easier if you use a full squad with this. Because you have to protect a full-scale rocket, and you have to cover the entirety of it. Because pretty much by this point at the end of Stonewood, you know about lobbers. And lobbers, they'll throw their heads, they'll throw those purple explosion heads at the rocket. So you have to cover the entirety of the rocket. Like one time, I made an entire fortress around this rocket. Now, did we waste a lot of mats for it? Yeah. But did it get the job done? Yeah. So, that's the most important thing to me. And that took me with 2 of my friends. So, and we were using a lot of resources. Likewise, at the end of I'll even show for Plankerton. Pretty much, you have launched the rocket from Stonewood. And then pretty much after that, you have another one at Plankerton. This is called Plank Off. If I can find it. Oh, there we go. I'm looking a little bit too far. Oh, wait. It's not called Plank Off anymore? Aww. Oh, no, never mind. Plank Off's the freaking, hold up. Don't look at me, I'm crazy, please. I am not that crazy. I swear there's something called Plank Off in here, I'm not crazy. Are you kidding me? Oh, apparently I'm crazy, because they renamed some of the stuff. Oh, there we go, see? Plank Off. I'm not nuts. So it is part of the pretty much mission. But they don't have it as the nickname anymore. That's weird. Likewise, I tend to be more of an old school Save the World player. I haven't played it in a hot second. So yeah, no. But you notice in Plankerton, like pretty much every map has its own different or unique setups. As you notice, I had to scroll through pretty much. You're going through a lot of quest pages usually. So for Stonewood, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have like 3 per page. Like for a good chunk of it, you're gonna have 3 per page, or it balances out to kind of almost 3 in total. But once you get the Plankerton, you're gonna start having like 4s, and this does take like tedious time, but it is also a lot of time. So if you have a lot of time on your hands, it's something really cool to do. Now Candy Valley, it's also a very tedious thing. I don't think I really have gotten that far. I think a little bit over halfway. Yeah, I'm on 10. Likewise, I haven't really exactly been on top of it. If I've been on top of it, then I definitely would have been done with Candy Valley already, for sure. Now, we're going to kind of get past this map part after explaining it. Oh, I do want to say this briefly real quick. Here, sometimes in this general map that they have right here for landmarks, it'll show themed events going on, usually like kind of between these two. You'll have like another pinpoint, like almost exactly right between them for special events. This this dungeons thing, a little bit new, not heavily new, but it's a little bit new. I've seen it in the past, but it was never at the beginning of Save the World. No, this is newer. So I don't know what people have been talking about, but this is definitely on the newer variation of it. So pretty much by the end of this, I'm going to kind of talk about how much it costs and my opinion of it. But likewise, I'm going to get on with it. Now, your team, your abilities, your research, all of it matters. How you decide to do it, it matters. I don't care what anyone says. Build your team up methodically. I'm going to show you my team that I have. Manage. Well, not my team fully, but what I have as my heroes, pretty much. Now, my favorite heroes, they're kind of just like pretty much people I thought are decent in my opinion. Now, most of these characters you can kind of just either get by playing, because pretty much you get gold while playing, and then you can. I'll pretty much explain a little bit more later about gold, but you can get these characters. You can obtain them through gold, through the shop. So now all of them have different. All of them have different little abilities. As you notice, let's see, it's like Doin Commando, War Cry, Frag Grenade. But if I go to the next soldier over, he isn't gonna have the same ability. And if I go another one over, he isn't also gonna have the same ability. So depending on what abilities you read at, it's gonna be important for you to know. Now, starring up, like that is a little bit more of a thing, which I will show, because I'm gonna show up right here. View evolution. Now, depending on how far you want to level up your character, you kind of hit points in the stopping points. So, like for instance, I can't upgrade my Ice King anymore until I hit Twin Peaks, which makes sense because I pretty much have him maxed out for my level. That means there will also be other guards within being like at Stonewood or Plankerton and Yona, like, and so on and so forth. So this is pretty much the standard perk is if the hero is in a sub-slotted loadout, like if it's in one of the sub-slots for your loadout. But since he's my lead, he has the commander perk. So you guys can read this. I think I'll go to Master Grenadier Ramirez and show you hers. So, yeah, you have abilities. This is his abilities. I'm not gonna really. If you want to stop the video and pause it, you can read them. But I'm gonna kind of get on with it so we can get on with it more. Now, pretty much, this is Master Ramirez. Here's her bonuses. Now, even though she is a mythic, sometimes it's not always great to pick the highest character. sometimes you want to look at the abilities, because honestly, alright, Commander perk not too bad. But look at Love Ranger Jonesy's. Of course, this is more of an old school perk, like of an old school hero. But here's the idea of it: Power Impact Plus, that increases the radius of your shockwave. Now you might only get a 50% increase in grenade radius. Of course, depending on how you play, frag grenades aren't always the easiest thing to kind of aim. But if you want to help people, if you just want to jump right into the fight and help someone, put on Love Ranger Josie, or someone that can kind of just have an increase in shockwave radius. Now, if you want to kind of be artillery, you throw these grenades in, and then you pretty much clear out that area. Either way, at the end of the day, they both do their job pretty dang well. I just tend to like to get in the battle more, so I choose Love Ranger Jonesy. That's mostly me. Yeah, some of these perks have changed, because I'm gonna be real with you guys. That was not that in the past. I think I have to look. Okay, so now, like, pretty much you can slide through all of them. Not really going to talk much about it. Now, hero loadout. You have the commander you choose, which pretty much kind of explains everything. You have recycling base. What I did here, which I want to explain why I have Mega Base Kyle as a support, is because Frozen Castle Plus, within the base range, any enemy that hits it gets frozen for 4 seconds. Every 15 seconds, if they hit it, they get frozen for 4 seconds. So 4 seconds they're frozen, another 15 seconds go by, they're frozen again for 4 seconds. So you're really like delaying the inevitable, or you're just buying time for you to actually get around to that area. So pretty much, let's say base in total. Let's see, if I want to, how do I? Okay, whatever. But pretty much for base, it covers like a certain area of it. But if I use Mega Base Kyle as a support unit, it gets +1 range. Which, if you use Mega Base Kyle, it's +3 range. But you don't really get the mega boost by like the Frozen Castle Plus. It's really depends on how you decide. It's your desire to play. That's pretty much how you can do Save the World. You choose how you want to play, and pretty much if you get the job done, no one can really complain about it. Now, people might not like your preference, but at the end of the day, it's just an opinion. It's not going to kill you. So, and likewise, every single one of these, like, I kind of just slotted in. Now, the magazine size, definitely I slotted that one in. That definitely is not a waste. Now, pretty much with the decoy, it actually kind of helps a lot. That's why I like using the Ice King. And plus, also, the Ice King has Rosie. So, like, if you don't really have any traps, place that puppy down, and you'll be using a turret. Just make sure to hit your shots. Yeah, War of the Rosie 2, I do 25% more damage. So, it's a good. Likewise, there's its own ups and downs with it. Now, the gadgets I desire to use, there are healing ones. Look, I'm going to show you guys real quick. There's a healing one, Adrenaline Rush, and I'll show you all of them a little bit, but pretty much this is how I have it. You do use skill points to level up these gadgets, of course, and other things. Likewise, I'll get into that actually right now. Alright. Well, I'll get into a hot second. So pretty much this is all my defenders. I don't really use defenders. If you want to use defenders, great. If you don't, great. Because either way, they do take a certain amount. Like, they do take your weapons and use them. If you feel like you're short-handed for a mission, or just like a storm defense and you don't have anyone to help you out, guess what? You can summon people and defenders to help you by your side. I don't really do them, but of course, the more the merrier, because pretty much if you have all of these people kind of like blocking the way, it's kind of a good thing. Wouldn't you say so? Yeah, no. Alright, you have expeditions. These are things your hero can carry out. Of course, it shows the expire, and it shows like how many hours it takes for them to complete it. I'm not going to get heavily into it, but what I can definitely say is that if you actually have the hero to get the mission done, it'll be guaranteed. So let's look at this one real quick. Excuse me for the yawn. So success chance is currently 0. You can select the expedition vehicle, apparently. That's new. So if I want to get this completed, like, look at that. Just look at that huge difference. I wonder why I can't select him. He was already equipped in a loadout. Okay, so they added that now. You cannot use heroes that you have equipped in a loadout. That did not used to be that way. Now it is. See, this is why it's good. Always good to look. So pretty much if I use Steel Wool Sid and my Cloak Shadow, it gives me 85% chance of getting it done. Now it's not guaranteed though, but if I go to our lower mission, so it's like if I look at this, I can probably go over to him, guaranteed, like look, even at the lower heroes, almost guaranteed. So, well guys, depending on which ones you want to desire to do, there's different percentages. And also you have requirements too and slot bonuses. So like for instance for this one, if I do, you see he's a soldier so he has a slot bonus. And he's also a soldier, but if we go to a constructor, it's like, oh, 20. It's like, So here we go. Perfect example. Now, Ramirez should have 14, but she gets a 6% increase boost because it's she's a soldier. So. No, but that's that. Now we're gonna go into survivors. Pretty much, this is the people you manage. This is what makes your power rating. That top left, that's what makes your top left. Yeah, it's important. Like, that fortitude, offense, resistance, and tech. We're about to get into it right now because you see all those symbols. They're also right here. So we're about to get into that, but pretty much this is what makes your power rank. So you want to try to keep a lot of them and keep your level up higher and like level up the higher characters that you have too. It's also very important. Now the squads. All of these are important with how you match them. Now sometimes maybe a blue can match with a mythic or a legendary, however you want to do it. Usually autofill tends to be a pretty good one, because it kind of it throws in all your highest characters to all of them in the best idea to all, like it throws in all your highest characters to all of them in the best way. Now, but if you want to be a little bit more specific with personality match, melee defense bonus and all that jazz, that was me looking at leader match. Now, not leader match, well, fire team alpha. Now if I look at AMT squad, if you want trap damage, trap durability, likewise, you have to hit those requirements because they all have symbols by them. Like, let's go into it real quick. Let's see. Look at this right here. Personality, cooperative. He doesn't have cooperative. He has pragmatic. So the person that's pretty much the person that has the same personality match, they get a bonus. So, and all this does matter. All this does very much matter. I'm sorry. Gotta stop yawning. But all of that does very much matter. Of course, I'm not going to get into every little thing, but I'll pretty much let you guys look at the rest of it. I'll scroll through back slowly. But yeah, no. The personalities, the matches, as you know, as you can see that some of them I have like matched in, like training team I don't, but I have leader match in it, so that always helps. And leader match means it's perfect for that like selected area. So let's say for corpse engineering, I have.
At all hours? Who's on at this hour?
I'm just making a video.
Huh? Oh, you're making a video?
Yeah. So yeah, sorry for that. But yeah, no. So with that, pretty much that's the gist of the survivors. They make up your power rank or power level, however you want to say it. I'm pretty sure there's a more specific way for it, but I'm not really too technical on that. Now, count level, top right, by my double arrows, the green and blue one, level 190. Now, these are the gadgets I was talking about. Now, if you want, pretty much, I'll let you kind of read through them. I'm going to kind of give you some time through every single one of them. Kind of look at what they do in the little video. Now, people used to glitch with this teleporter. While you're looking at it, there's so many ways to glitch with the freaking teleporter. Oh my gosh. I don't do it at all anymore. I never saw the point in it. You can preview upgrades too. Like 1, 2, 3, whatever. Like all the way. Now, my recommendation, hover turrets will save lives. You think that thing lasts like 30 seconds? You think that only has within an 8 tile range? Is a lot. I promise you, that is a lot. 4 rounds per second too, and it actually does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. This thing will save lives. And it will, like, you don't have traps, guess what? If you perfectly place a hover turret, it'll cover the entirety of your defense. Adrenaline Rush pretty much heals you and nearby people. So, I'm probably going to be running this whenever I play with a couple of recent friends. I'm going to probably be running this with the drones and not the airstrike. Because the airstrike, it's good for when you have a large horde or a lot of like mist monsters coming your way. This is something I'd use for a storm shield defense, but I'd still use it for some like defense. Like if I have to defend a certain area and there's like a huge wave coming my way, oh, you best know that I'm throwing down this. You best know I'm throwing this down. Like no way, I ain't letting them pass. That's for sure. Now tools, backpack size. Oh man. You're definitely going to want to get your backpack size up. Build and repair seed, bleh. Building health, I mean, that matters. But, I mean, if you're a constructor, you don't have to necessarily worry about it, sorry. Pickaxe upgrade. Pretty much, well, it is as it sounds. Kind of, well, read it. Because, well, what do you use for pickaxes in Battle Royale? But pretty much just to farm mats. Now, you can take out bad guys with that. Now, yeah, I'll get into that in a hot second. Storm Shield Vault, pretty much, you can get to use... I'll explain this actually in a hot sec, actually almost right now. So you have research. These are little things. Yeah, you can collect research too. Or you can put it into stuff. Like, honestly, it really depends. I think I was supposed to be working on this one. That was my bad to myself. See, I done did it to myself. And it gets 1800. It has to build itself up. Like, it takes time. It takes time. Like, I accidentally put something into fortitude when I shouldn't have. because I guess I was trying to upgrade my tech. Likewise, I haven't played in a hot second, so. Profile, kind of like the gist. Account boost, okay, whatever. Now, armory. Woo! This puppy. Pretty much, these are like Chinese New Year weapons. Pretty much, you're going to need supplies and a lot of you need materials to build these weapons in this because your weapons do have a durability. Now for my Dragon's War, it's kind of god rolled because afflicted targets can be people that pretty much are on fire, and since this is a fire elemented weapon, if they're caught on fire, that means they're an afflicted target, and henceforth I do 45% more damage to them. Crit rating, that means crits happen more often. I do 30% more damage also with this weapon, and I also have a plus 42% durability. Likewise, I kind of went hot with this one. I don't really build this one. I mean, if I wanted to though, I'd pretty much come out on top almost every single time that I have to deal with Jews. I'm sorry. I had to make the joke. My apologies if anyone is offended. But no, actually it is a very effective trap when there's a plethora of zombies around. Pretty much it affects all of them. So now Dragon's Fury, pretty much if you shoot this thing, it'll defend that area for a split second, but still that's a split second that can save your life, because with this weapon you pretty much can like shoot it and it'll set off like a bunch of M80s in that one area. So it's pretty cool. Dragons 2, still working on getting it god rolls, but likewise it is very useful. So likewise, miss monsters and bosses, kind of, well, as you notice I have a lot of damage for it. I'm trying to get it to be like super duper strong. So actually let me look into it so y'all can see how the upgrade system works for it. So yeah, pretty much I can evolve it into either path. Now you can either have it as a obsidian or shadow shard. Shadow shard, you do a lot more damage and a lot more impact, but you don't have as much, I guess it seems like, attack speed or durability. So for me, I'm gonna go with obsidian because I'd rather my durability be higher than lower, especially for any weapon that I use, because over time that's gonna help. So we're gonna level this baby up real quick and see if I can craft one for you guys, because I don't even think I have enough obsidian. I don't even think I do, but I'm gonna see if I can do it. See how you notice how there's a level cap out? That's fine, don't worry about that. Let me see if I can build it in my backpack. Let's go over there real quick. Let's go to swords. See, notice how I can't build it because I don't have those materials. But if you look at the bottom right of the screen, you do have crafting options. Press square and look at that. Just go down one tier. Still can't build it. Well, I have a higher weight. I can potentially build it, but I can't also. Only have I have 93 malachite, which you'll get into more, and I only got I think that's like a mineral. I don't exactly remember it. Stormblade, yeah, and pretty much some of these in this game you can trade, so you can also give people stuff, but like you can't really trade. You have to trust the person, which I'm telling you right now, don't ever trust anyone anymore. Don't, unless they're your friend, and even then, you better know them. With me, I tend to play myself as the exception to the rule, because if you want to have a fair trade, I'll have a fair trade with you. I'll probably give you like one really high weapon, but I don't know if I'm going to trust you with it. That's my thing. So, I mean, if you want to take it and run, be my guest. I hope you use it for whatever you need it for. But please don't do that to other people. Like, even if they scam, you know what? Okay. Like, that means they just really wanted it for some reason. And honestly, at the end of the day, just feel bad for them. It's not worth it to chase it down, honestly. Yeah, you use your time. Just use your time wisely. If you really think it's wise enough to chase down someone over a scammed item, Be my guest. But at the end of the day, you can still get it. It's not like it's that hard. Now, at my level, you might think like, oh, it's easy for you to say that. Trust me. Like, let's see. And also, I'm gonna explain this real quick. Durability on the weapons also determine how much you get out of it too. So let's see, for these rockets, like, I don't really get much out of them. But if I go over to this one, look how much you're getting out of it. Even though it's like a pistol. So, I'm gonna destroy these real quick, just to get like a little bit out of it. Now, likewise, like depending on how you have your builds, like my Mercury LMG, you go through weapon. Like I go through this gun's ammo, like Mercury LMG. Ugh, this is a sinful child of mine, because the amount of ammo I go through, but the amount of damage the amount of DPS I do. Whew. Definitely, if you're in a corner, I'm telling you, this gun spits fire. Not literally, because some weapons can, but it spits a lot of heat on. Oh, hey Seth. But this weapon does spit a lot. It does spit a lot of heat. So pretty much if you're backed up into a corner, it spits a lot of heat. Seth messaged me. I'm surprised. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm kind of looking on. I'm kind of looking on how, like, yeah, just stopping by. Hey, that's cool, bro. Kind of just giving an insight on how Save the World is. Kind of methodically explaining everything. But yeah, no. I don't think you could run into someone that has more mats than me. But pretty much, I'm just gonna be sitting on mats. Invite me to a party after this. No sweat. But pretty much these are weapons that I have in my armor. Like, this is my storage, my vault. Like, let's see, I'm gonna transfer that one. I'll destroy that one. Pretty much you'll see what I get out of it. Founder Blazing Mazamune, I think that's what it's called specifically. Like, some of these things I just don't touch because they're just that good. Now these are all the things that I have. See, and notice I don't have a lot of. Well, apparently I have Moon Glow and Spectral Light Ore, but I don't have. Man, see, I just have things that are out of my level, like honey. Like that's like way level, like way later. But yeah, no. Like find like all these items. If you have it in the vault, you can't use it. You have to take it out of the vault to be able to build it in your backpack. Let's see. Don't mind the background noise. I'm not really gonna talk. I'm gonna wait for that to stop. It is gonna happen again before I can actually continue. But I'm gonna let you guys kind of read or look through pretty much everything. Like pretty much right here in my backpack, you'll see everything. Just everything that I have. Traps. Like, if you kind of want to pause on it, I'll look through all of it. Now, some of these weapons I did get from friends that are actually really, like, they're farther than I am in the game. So, but I also have weapons that they actually wanted from me for some reason. So, I don't know why, but, I mean, my most prized possession that I know people always want me to build is, what you call it? My Dragon Sword, because I pretty much have that like God tiered, God rolled. Then the collection book. Okay, I saved some of this up just in case if you guys wanna look at this pretty much. So you guys are about to see what happens when you put someone into the book. Bada bing, bada boom, they're in the book. And I get a legendary troll slash llama, which I'll open on the stream so you guys can notice. I'm letting you know. Okay, give me a second. My apologies. Likewise, my apologies. Yeah, on with it. Pretty much once you put them in the book, you can't take them out unless like you pay V-Bucks or whatever, or if you want to make the person or whatever, like they cost a certain, like there's a certain thing you have to do to get them out. Let's say like recruit hero. That's what you need for this. But some of them actually do take tickets that I did have in the past. I think if I get in my inventory, I think I might be able to show you. Well, we're gonna finish this up first, but pretty much I'm gonna just keep selecting this through. Yeah, I kind of just want to show you guys how this works. This is pretty much, it'll show a check mark by any page that's like any, well, selection of a page that's done. I'm assuming that's gonna happen when you have a full like page of it. Like for traps, if you have it all completed, then I'm assuming it'll just have a check mark by it. So. Oh. I guess I recycled one of them. Oh, I guess that just puts it in. I don't know, that's weird. Okay. I'm old school. I'm kind of used to like it going through the entire animation. Yeah, that's weird. Usually it goes through like an animation, but yes, you can also put your survivors in the book. Alright, so we have dragon weapons, dragon spear, that can definitely go in. And I don't mean this in type animation, don't think I'm crazy, just older-wise there used to be usually a tiny animation. Perk ups, I'll pretty much go back to the weapons and explain those. And that's it. So likewise, you can extend this, you can shorten them. But that's pretty much it. And usually it'll tell you if it's here or not. There we go. Sorry, OCD kicked up a little bit. I saw one arrow down even though it shouldn't have been. But pretty much you can look into the rewards you'll get in the future. So like for me actually, I kind of want to get to level 146. That would be pretty good. Of course, that's going to take a lot of XP to get to. But if I go patiently, I'll get it. So. And apparently this weapons from the Storm King. That's new. Likewise, I didn't necessarily know about that. Must have been from the newer expansions. But yeah, no. You have resources, pretty much everything here. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Boom. This is what I mean. This is a ticket, a voucher. You can get a legendary or a mythic. Oh, okay, here we go. That's a newer thing. Apparently I have one of these. I did not know. There used to be different ones, but yeah, no. This is how much the rarer the flux, the more flux you need of it. So you know. It's the same thing with the perk up. You're definitely going to want to have lightning in a bottle, pure drops or rings to upgrade your characters. Now, XP boost you can use on yourself, and you have ones for teammate XP boost. You cannot use an XP boost on your teammate, and you can't use the teammate XP boost on yours. Now, this is the goal that I'm talking about. Usually, I kind of stack it up and wait for something that I want. Now, the re-perk does not mean you use it for perk ups. The perk ups are used for, like, the uncommon perk ups, and, like, the amp up, or the fire up, or the frost up, and like pretty much like whatever. No, the re-perk, you know what, it's better if I just show you, honestly. So let me go to my schematics, let me go to my Dragon's Tooth, upgrade, modify perks, bada bing bada boom. So, oh wow, I can actually show you an upgrade. So I'm gonna upgrade the damage, confirm, bada bing bada boom, it's done. then I can go up to over here. Also show you guys this one. Bada bing, bada boom. That's done. Now, look at this. The reperk. That just means you can reperk it to a different thing. So that's okay. It doesn't mean you're wasting anything else. You're just using the reperk. But this is why I say, if you want to reperk something, do it while it's at a lower level. Because look how expensive this is. Okay. Now we're gonna go to a lower level item. For instance, we're just gonna go here, just so I can show you guys. Modify perks. Oh, well, it's the same now. Well, my apologies. I didn't know about that. I mean, I guess if you just want to upgrade it, I didn't know they kept it the same. That used to be different. My heaviest apologies. I didn't mean to do that to you guys. But yeah, no. Usually, you kind of want to, like, if you want a good weapon, you want the perk up to be at blue. Almost guaranteed. If you want a good weapon, have it at blue. Like some of these weapons, I kind of kept because it's kind of cool. But I'm telling you right now, and what is this? Is that what I think it is? It is. Wow. Y'all are so lucky. Anyone that gets into this game is so... Man, I'm low-key mad. That triggers me. Anyone of my friends are going to hear about this to me. I'm not going to really get into it here, but pretty much... all those skulls you have to worry about for the rocket launch, the rocket that I was talking about earlier, you don't have to worry about it. Anti-air trap. Wow. You're about to see me upgrade this right now. I'm telling you, this thing is so much more worth than people probably expect it to be. Yeah, and pretty much I can just delete all of these because all of it doesn't necessarily matter. Bada bing, bada boom, and gone. Now, can I upgrade like one more time? Oh, I can upgrade it a few more times. But yeah, no. So now, anti-air, nothing's getting past air support now. Modify perks, and you can increase the durability of it, which I'm telling you, durability is what you're going to want. Heals attached building 3.2 seconds of its max health every time. Okay, so any building it's attached to, it gets health. Okay. You know what I mean now, though. Pretty much after me explaining that, you should know what I mean. So any tile that this trap is on gets 3.2% of its the trap's health back to that building every 10 seconds. And then pretty much that means if you increase the building health too, that means any tile that this trap is on gets an increased build health. Or you can get a replacement of it to also make it impervious to almost anything else. Honestly, range, what am I talking about? Gosh, that is something you need. Wow. All this durability. I'm telling you, range. You're definitely going to want range. Honestly, range and damage. What is with these people? Nah, if you can, don't necessarily worry about the durability. If you can increase the range and damage, I'd say spot on for it. Spot that puppy. I'd say, I mean... increase the building health? No, honestly. Replace that with durability. Honestly, in my opinion, don't even worry about the building health. You can upgrade the walls. You can upgrade the walls, the floor, the roof, the pyramids, however you want to put it. You can upgrade them up to a certain level. I'm telling you right now. My highest recommendation is get this thing pretty much with durability and damage and range. Because this will help with almost anything that you do. I know I'm gonna be definitely using this. I'm actually gonna build some right now. So yeah, no. While that's being built, you'll hear that. That's the sound of building in the background. I'm gonna go to storage. And then this is where I have more quartz to build it. And maybe depending on who comes by my next stream or whatnot, or if you talk to me or if you know me, I'll give you a couple of these. I'm just gonna build like a certain amount right now, just so I can have it, because it's better to have it than not have it. But I'm definitely gonna be, when I do play this game again, this is something I'm definitely gonna be working on. Okay. We're just gonna let this finish up. Likewise, pretty much right now what I'm showing you is the tedious part of kind of like the things you have to methodically go through to kind of get it done, to be prepared. Which it's always better to be prepared than not prepared. And then that's 30 of them. Booyah. And there's no limit on traps. Within a round, there's no limit on them. Trust me, if you want to go overloaded on traps, overload them. Now we're gonna go over to what? Pretty much resources. Okay, we pretty much went through everything. All right, llama now.
Into the llama.
You can use V-Bucks and everything to get these llamas. I promise you, not really worth it.
Nothing to hide.
Break in the treasures.
Now I'm gonna open this here.
Leave me be.
Oh.
A profound revelation. Ah, yes, quite.
Oh, we got the gold. This is the...
Hail, brother Odin!
Now, I'm going to explain this real quick before I hit it. You have the base, silver, and gold. This is the highest you can get. Unless they add platinum or whatever, some crap. I have no idea. When you can just swing it, or you can hold it, and it'll say 2 quotes.
Leave me be.
And you can hold X to zoom through it, which I'm not.
Gatsby.
At least not for this time around. I'll let you guys kind of see what I get. Like this, see? Decision. I always go for AR, I never go for a pistol. We're going to skip through that a little bit. Sound wall, I'll read that one up. Healing pad, because I don't even know a sound wall. I'm going to kind of like skip through it a little bit so it doesn't take like 10 years. I'm sorry if you guys can hear this. I don't know if you guys can or if it's just me. Let's do wall trap. I was just hearing a bunch of static. Oh, you get to pick the wall trap. See, this is the double into it. I'm pretty sure I already have wall darts, so a wall launcher is actually gonna be pretty helpful. I ain't gonna count. Ooh, we get to choose our legendary. Let's go with a sword.
Hey, when you get to a point, move to the room. It's gonna get hot there.
Are you sure?
Yeah, during the day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not. So it's still a gaming system. It's gonna be about 84 degrees today.
Oh, that's fine. I'll just have it pointed at the system.
Yeah, but then if it overheats.
It usually doesn't get hot no matter how hot it is outside.
Oh, I know what you're saying. I'm just telling you. I mean, if it dies, you ain't getting another one.
No, I know.
So that's what I said. It's, the AC is probably a better bet.
Yeah.
I mean, all you gotta do is move next door.
Yeah.
I mean, at nighttime it's different because it's
Cooler,
70 degrees.
yeah.
But you know.
Okay.
I mean, but that's what I said when you get to the stopping point.
All right. Thank you.
Sure, well, but I'm telling you because I know equipment. You ain't getting another one.
Okay, so Let's do shotgun. Yeah, my bad. My dad came in here to tell me how hot I was gonna get today. I mean, 80 degrees. I mean, for
I
me,
have a
that's
complicated inner
not much.
life.
This is a pirate llama. This is current thing. That's something currently going on, which you can go get tickets for if you want. Now, this is what I was trying to talk about with the gold. All this stuff you can get with the gold. I think 3,000 is usually the max limit you have. I don't know what they have for now for the max limit. But this is something you buy right here. I'm just gonna do all this real quick. And I think I just got 1,000. Wait, how much? Quantity is 200. Let's go look how much I have. Go to resources, and I got 2,000, 2.4, like 2,460 something reperk. Okay, that's, yeah. See, I was right. I don't know. Sometimes it rounds up. I wouldn't trust that top right number. Always go for the quantity. Always. I'm sorry this is taking so long. I didn't really expect it to be an hour. Just some interruptions in between, and like, yeah, no. So pretty much back to it. You have this. And you have all of this. So I have the standard edition because of a friend code a while ago. But sadly they took away friend codes, so I don't know what to really say about that. But I mean, that's pretty much the gist of Save the World. If you want to know pretty much everything about it, the only sucky part is that this is an hour long. I don't know what else to say, but this is it. Save the World is $40. By pretty much how much I showed you, that's really a choice because of everything they've added. I'd say if it was base game, like if this was like before they took out friend codes, I'd say get the $50 one and then get it with friends, because I think you get 2 to 3 friend codes for it. But the thing is though, they took those out about a year ago, so this is some prior knowledge to me that I had to figure it out on my own before I made the video. So I mean, $40 for this, I mean, for people that kind of want to have a game to play during this current viral catastrophe time, this is something you can do. Because actually, this isn't as bad. This is pretty good. As you know, this is a lot of depth and detail to this. Not many people go, I don't know if as many people go into as depth as I do with it. I probably could have shortened this into 30 minutes if I took more time. Like if I probably just kind of lightly went over it, but I kind of wanted to go through details. I probably went on too many tangents, my apologies, but likewise. I really wanted to show you guys the full detail of this. It's important to me because I think if you guys are gonna take time to watch this video, thank you. If you can, leave a like if you got this far. But likewise, if you made it through the entire video, then you really know what you're gearing up for if you get this. I understand if you don't, it's $40. $40 for something like this, I mean, that's kind of... it might feel a little excessive, but if you look at older content for Save the World, I actually think that they could have put this up to 60, and they could have reasoned it out. But they have it at 40 still, which I like. I know sometimes they do half off, maybe, on a very rare occasion, but I don't think they're going to really do that anytime soon. So, I'll leave that to you. The deluxe founder edition is $50. The regular edition is $40. So, kind of try to, I guess, weigh out your options here. So instead of going for like a $60 game, that's like kind of like you don't necessarily know the rating of, I'd probably give this like maybe a 6 out of 10 for entertainment itself. If you add people you play with, that's 7 to 8 out of 10. But if you're looking for a lot of time to put into a game, you're looking at 9 out of 10 for that. It's just if you're playing by yourself, it becomes really tedious and it feels really exhausting. But I'm guaranteeing you, once you start playing, you're gonna you can go into your communities on, or look on Google or whatever. Look for communities that you can pretty much play Save the World with people, and you'll start looking at it a lot more differently than how it is now. So, all right, it was nice making this stream. I'll be on on and off throughout the day. So, stay corona free, stay frosty, don't do anything that's illegal, try not to be that guy or that person to anyone. Everyone is starting to get at each other's throats. So, alright, hope you all have a great day, or just stay safe.